Cameras clicked away as Wikileaks founder 39-year-old Australian Julian Assange was ferried to the Westminster Magistrates Court in London under tight security following an extradition warrant. Assange is wanted in Sweden to face rape charges. He was denied bail and will be remanded in custody until the 14th of December. But even as Assange faced his problems in court, diplomats the world over were waking up to the latest damaging revelations that could impact US relations with the rest of the world. There are nearly 250,000 leaked cables awaiting circulation. Kenya in particular finds itself on the defensive after a leaked US diplomatic cable claimed that a consignment of Russian-made T-72 tanks and assorted weapons imported from Ukraine was later transferred to the government of South Sudan. Questions over the ownership of the consignment became public when Somali pirates hijacked the ship MV Faina, which was carrying it. Kenya insisted the tanks and other weaponry on board were for use by its military. But the 2009 US diplomatic cable released by Wikileaks shows that a senior US State Department official produced satellite images showing the consignment being loaded onto trains in Kenya and eventually arriving in South Sudan. The November 2009 cable states that the photos were presented by US Deputy Assistant Secretary of State von van Diepen in September 2009 during talks on the issue in the Ukrainian capital. The revelation puts Kenya in an awkward position as the country played host to the Sudanese peace talks that yielded the 2005 Comprehensive Peace Agreement, which restored stability in Sudan. There is also an arms embargo in place against Sudan. The country will also be holding a referendum on South Sudan's independence on 9th January amidst tension between the North and South. There have been other Wikileaks revelations just released, including a leaked cable that suggested that the British government aided the release of suspected Lockerbie bomber Abdel Basset El-Megrahi to protect its business interests in Libya. The same leaked cables showed deep distrust of Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi by some African leaders, giving an example of Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, who the cables say feared a Libyan attack on his aircraft. And Saudi Arabia, according to the latest cables, wanted an Arab force created to invade Lebanon and destroy the Hezbollah movement there. With nearly 250,000 cables to go and nearly 2,000 touching on Kenya, Kenyans will be watching every drop of information leaking from Wikileaks with much interest. Abdi Osman, Citizen Live at 9.